Good day, everyone. I am Darwin Charles Mendoza from Group 4. I'm going to report about Lesson 9, Pay Structure Decision. So, what is pay structure? Pay structure is a system that defines what each individual and job role is paid based upon their role and value to the business and effectiveness in the role. So pay structure, which in turn entails in consideration of pay levels and job structure. Pay level. Pay level is a fundamental unit in compensation structure of an organization, which is used to denote difference in compensation due to smallest possible change in job specification. Pay level defined here as the average pay, including wages, salaries, bonuses of an organization. Job structure is a system which organizes jobs into groups that share common functional responsibilities and similar types of education, experience, and skill requirements. Job structures refers refers to the relative pace of job of an organization. So, both pay level and job structure are characteristic of an organization and reflect decisions about jobs rather than about individual employees. Topic 1: Equity Theory and Fairness. Equity Theory. It suggests that people evaluate the fairness of their situation by comparing them with those of other people. Equity is not equality. Equal pay for two workers with unequal contributions would likely be perceived as unfair if this information is known, especially by the worker making the stronger contribution to the organization. There are two types of employee social comparison pay. First, external equity. It refers to the comparison of pay between employees and those outside of the company. Second, internal equity. It refers to the comparison of pay between people in the same company. Topic 2: Developing pay levels. Product market competition. Organization must compete effectively in the product market. So in other words, they must be able to sell their goods and services at a quantity and price that will bring a sufficient return on their investments. Organizations compete on multiple dimensions: quality, service, and so on. Second, labor market competition. It reflects to the numbers of workers available relative to the numbers of jobs available. Second, employee as a resources. Because organizations have to compete in the labor market, they should consider their employee not just as cost but as a resource in which the organization has invested and from which expect valuable terms. Valuable returns. Although controlling costs directly affect an organization's ability to compete in the product market, the organization's competitive position can be compromised if costs are kept low at the expense of employee productivity and quality. Third is deciding what to pay. Deciding what to pay. Although organizations face important external labor and product market pressures in setting their pay levels, a range of discretion remains. How, how large the range is depends on the particular competitive environment the organization faces. Where the range is broad, an important strategic decision is whether to pay above or at below the market average. Fourth is market pay survey. To compete for a talent, organizations use benchmarking, a procedure in which organization compare its own practice against those of the competition. So it, in other words, benchmarking is the practice of the it is a practice of comparing business process and performance metrics to the industry's best and best practices to the other company. Dimensions and typically measured are quality, time, and cost. Rate ranges. To compete for talent, organizations use benchmarking, a procedure in which compare its own practice against those of competition. Key jobs, also known as benchmark jobs, are relatively stable, content, per, and perhaps most important, are common to many organizations. Number two, non-key jobs are to an important extent unique to organizations and or have different from jobs in other organizations having the same title. So rate ranges is the obtaining a single going rate of market paying is a complex task that is involves a number of subjective decisions. It is both an art and science once a market rate has been chosen and how is it incorporated into the pay structure. Developing a job structure. Although external comparison of the sort we have been discussing are important, employees are evaluate their pay using internal comparison. Job evaluation. One typical way of measuring internal job work is to use an administrative procedure called job evaluation. A job evaluation system is composed of compensable factors and a weighting scheme based on the importance of each compensable factor to the organization. Simply it's stated, compensable factors are the characteristic of jobs that an organization values and chooses to pay for. Last, the point factor system. After generating scores for each compensable factor on each job evaluators often apply a weighting scheme to account for a different importance to compensable factors to organization. Weights can be generated in two ways. First, a priori weights can be assigned, which means factors are weighted using expert judgments about the importance of each compensable factor. Second, weights can be derived. Weights can be weights can be derived. Weights can be derived empirically based on how important each factor seems in determining pace in labor market. And that's all.